Hello everyone, SCP Slayer here, and welcome to a new mod showcase. Now, today's mod is something a little different. Uh, this is called the Bending Styles mod. What the Bending Style mod is entirely a Avatar: The Last Airbender based mod. And so it has water bending, fire bending, earth bending, air bending. It has all the bendings, but it's a little unique. So first off, I can push the keys corresponding to it, and nothing happens. This is because I don't have the ability to bend yet. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, how the hell do you get the ability to bend? Well, we need to go find two specific structures, which are located in two very different locations. So first off, we have the Air Temple. This one's rather nice. And I need to go locate it, and I need to go up. God, I should have installed a faster flying mod. So yeah, you'll notice that there's just this giant structure floating above the ocean. From what I've seen, it only seems to spawn above the ocean. I'm guessing that's so that if you fall, you don't just die. Most of the time, I see some spots over there, you'd probably die. But this is the air temples. It's basically the air nomad structures. And here, there is actually a challenge in order to get the scroll pieces, which I think I see one over here. I don't know where this starts. It starts over here. So this one is a parkour challenge. You'll see these weird little blocks called air BAMs, apparently. You right-click them, and then you get a timer. And I just fucked that up. I'm going to wait for the 2 seconds to end. I'm going to click it again. And there we go. You don't actually have to complete this. I'm stucking at this parkour, so I'm just going to go over here. And boom! I got a piece of an ancient scroll. Now, what that allows you to do is make this a single scroll, which takes an ink sac, sticks, and multiple of these. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, apparently. I know I could have counted that faster. I just fucking didn't want to bother. But yeah, it is a parkour challenge that you have to complete in order to get... Why is that... How is that floating? That's weird. Anyway. But yeah, you'll get these, and then you'll get this thing. Now, before I use this, I am going to show you the other structure, which is easier, but also a bit harder at the same time. So if I go /locate and go to one of these fire temples, now they're all generally the same thing, just slightly different. I think it's different biome locations. As you can see, there's these fire temples for the Fire Nation. They even have little fire emblems. Honestly, that's a very good banner pattern. But yeah, you'll notice these weird little gargoyles, and if up here there's like loots and stuff. There's some decent loot in here. Some decent iron, at least. But then there's these fucking things. These things are going to be important because these are going to be how you get the actual scroll pieces. As you can see, they are a boss. And they're a very, very, very strong boss. Like, this thing has like 200 health. So I could be here all day just whacking this fucker and he's still not gonna die. Yeah, no, he's taking way too long. But yeah, if I were to /kill, specifically this one, as you can see, they drop ancient lore. Which again is what you need to craft this. I forgot to turn off daylight cycle. Hold on. But yeah, once you get this, you'll get this, which is the bending. Gives you an achievement. And now you can actually use bending. Now, there's a reason you keep this. You're actually going to need to find a librarian. But first, before I do that, I'm going to show you. If I push R, G, or V, these are the 3 important keys. They allow you to do bending movements. But yeah, now I need to go find a village. /locate structure village. Let's go with the Plains Village. Let's hope there's a librarian here. If there isn't, I'll just give a job to a random villager. I don't see a library here. Gonna be honest, I see... This is smithing. I don't see a library here. Oh, wait. There might be a librarian here. There is, yes. Okay. So I'm gonna get, like, paper. Could I access your inventory? There we go. Up your trade level. Let's see how long it takes to actually get here, because I haven't gotten this stupid scroll thing yet. Hey, books. Book. At least I'm pretty sure this is how you get it. Yeah, no, there's no crafting recipe for any of them. But, yeah, essentially you'll progress down this... There we go. Come on, do your level up. There it is. So, yeah. He's going to give me an airbending scroll. So I need wind charges and the scroll. I'm going to grab wind charges. And I guess we're starting with airbending. I was going to grab ink sacs because I'm curious if he'll get another. Hold on. I pushed N, but okay. Get upgraded. He didn't get another one. Damn. He's already at his max level. Okay. Is he at his max level? Hold on. I thought Master was max level. Hold on. Am I dumb? Did you upgrade? You did. Yes, Master is max level. That was just very confusing looking. Yeah, no, he didn't get another. Alright. Well, we'll just give ourselves the other ones. But yeah, this is a scroll. This is the airbending scroll, I believe. And if I read it, I'm now an airbender. Now, you'll notice that there is little... Once it goes away. Yeah, there. There's that little icon at the bottom of my screen. So now if I push RGV, nothing happens. But if I push RV... Oh no, I need to jump and then push it. There we go. So yeah, if I jump RV... Oh my god. I can do triple jump way up into the air. That can also be used while going down to actually do it. So yes, you have to memorize the different move sets is essentially what you have to do. So then we have... So that was air jump. This is air slice. RGG. and you just release a gust of air. Now, GRG is called air gusts. And then we have one that I'm sure anyone who's ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender will know. VRG. Oh, I pushed the wrong button. Air scooter. Aang's favorite move. So yeah, air nomads get the ability to travel very fast. As you can see, the little air icon in the middle starts to wear down as the move expires. But yeah, that is all the moves in airbending. So we're going to move on to... let's go waterbending, since we have a bunch of water here anyway. So yeah, if we read this, we get waterbending. Let's just follow Aang's way of doing things. Because he went airbending, then he went waterbending. So, what we do next is we're going to need water. So, how do we pick up water? If we push GVR, we'll pick up water. And then if we push G, we'll blast the water. So, GVR. And then we push... What? We push V? Oh, yeah. If you hold too long, it will just vanish. GVR. And then we push V, it'll freeze. But then if we push R, it'll become a spear. So if I like have a target, hold on, let me target one of these cows. GVR, GVR, there we go. And then V, and then R, spear, instant kills. But yeah, GVR. Then we have, hold on, let me freeze it again. And then if I push V again, it'll unfreeze. But for now, we want it frozen. Because if I push G, I believe, yeah, it'll make ice spear thing, but in a, like a shotgun blast of it. But yeah. But then we push... Hold on, let me get some water. If I push RV and hold it, we get a water bubble. So yeah, we can just protect ourselves using water bubble. But that is not all, because if we push GVR... Oh my god, GVR. There we go. Apparently R was not taking there. And then push R. No, wait. RG. Sorry. GVR. RG. No, fucking hell. Yeah, it should be RG. GVR. RG. We get concentrate. Now, concentrate does this. It creates the water whip around us. The thing is, if I now push R, I will do a water whip. GVR. GVR. RG. Oh my god. Fucking... GVR. RG. And then we push R. We get a water whip. Which is apparently a very heavy hitting attack because it's ripping this golem apart. What the hell? Okay, waterbenders can get really fucking strong. Damn. Okay, so yeah, that is apparently all the abilities bound to waterbending. Now, the next one we're going to do is earthbending, so we're going to need to go over to this field. So we're going to grab the earthbending scroll. Now, this does not include sand bending or metal bending or lava bending or any of the other permutations of earth bending. It is just pure earth bending. So you need dirt, stones. I don't think it can bend... It can't bend sand. It can't bend gravel. It can't bend ores. But yeah. Let's read the earthbending scroll. And gain the power. So now... we have multiple moves. There's a lot of moves in earthbending. So, like, RVG raises an earth pillar. And then if we do GRB, we can do Earth Kick, which launches a block. And then if we do GVB, we'll raise an entire earth pillar up out of the ground. Which honestly looks kind of ridiculous. Interestingly, we can also do... And this one's a bit confusing. This one is... RGVG. And hold it. And it'll turn, if I could get it to do it right. I think there's too much grass in the way. Hold on. RGVG. Yeah, there was definitely too much grass in the way. As you can do, Earth Wall. You get to spawn an entire wall around you. Now, if we do VGGR, you launch the wall. So let me just do that. I already forgot the recipe. RGVR. No, wait, wrong one. That's Earth Wall. VGGR. I literally have a cheat sheet over on the other screen if you're wondering how I'm remembering these, because there's a lot of keybinds. So, VGGR. And that'll launch the entire wall through the air. But that is not all, because there's also RGVV, which is dig. You can dig into the earth. And as you can see, it slowly gets rid of the thing over time. But yeah, no, there's just an earth dig ability, which frankly would be very useful. Honestly, when it comes to actually manipulating the world around you, earthbending has got to be the most useful one out of all the moves. But yeah, then we have VGV, which is Geokinesis. So if I push G, I can just place it. It'll place. And then if I do it again, then I push R instead, it launches it. And that is pretty much all of the bending moves for earthbending. As you can see, it's very versatile. It's very useful, just like the other ones. Waterbending is surprisingly powerful with that water ability. Airbending is just height and a bit of damage and speed. But now we're on to firebending, which I needed to scroll up on my list. Sorry about that. So yeah, next we have our firebending. And as you can see by the little icon at the bottom of the screen that's been changing this whole time, every time I get a new bending type, it will always show the bending types. So now we are basically the avatar. So now if I do RGR, we have Fire Punch. If I jump and quickly do GV, we do a fire jump thing. But then if I do it again... Oh, I need to hold. Sorry. Yeah, you do a little bit of a hover, which is actually easier to see if I Yeah, there it is. As you can see, I do a hover. That's fire jet. And now, this one's going to need a little bit of room. There is an area of effect hit, which I think I'll use on these pigs. If I do... I'm going to go third person for this because it looks cool. GRR. GRR. As you can see, just a ring of fire. That's amazing, and I love that. And then if we do... This one's going to be complicated because more keys. RGVR. RGVR. We get fire breath. Yeah, there's a fire breath. But then we also have, lastly, for the firebending, I'm going to need a straight line. VGR. That is firewall. It creates a straight line of fire, just in one direction. So yeah, as you can see, lots of bending, lots of stuff to do, lots of cool little things you have going on. And frankly, I love it. I am probably going to do something with this mod at some point. I'll probably grab my friends and have them join me. Because honestly, let's face it, Avatar shit is always cool. And I've been wanting a new Avatar mod, and this is just the coolest. I think this is one of the coolest Avatar mods I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of Avatar stuff. I've messed with a lot of Avatar stuff. If you go way back on this channel's history, I've done tons of stuff with Avatar. I just haven't done it because there hasn't been a very good new mod for the newer versions. But now there is, and now I'm definitely doing stuff with it. But yeah. Yeah, definitely a mod that I'm loving. I'm hoping there's going to be new moves. Like, airbending definitely needs some new moves. Airbending is, like, the least amount of moves. Please give us the air sphere. You already have the water sphere. Give us the air sphere, the one that Tenzin uses and stuff in, like, Legend of Korra and stuff. And even Aang uses, actually. To just block projectiles and stuff. That would be fun. That would be a fun move, actually. Why is that not in here? But yeah. The fact that everything is just based off of, like, move sets has got to be the coolest thing. Because you could just mess around and maybe figure out a move for your whatever bending style you are. So it's very much a figure shit out type mod. If you don't bother looking at the list of moves, you can just figure shit out. And I'm sure there's some weird combos you could probably come up with if you actually think about it. But yeah, that is pretty much all for this mod. So, yeah, there's no animals, there's no other things other than those weird fire golems. But yeah, that is it for this video. So I hope everyone has enjoyed. If you're joining the ranks of the SCP Foundation, don't forget to hit the like button, slay those comments, and contain the subscribe button. Of course, the link to the mod will, of course, be in the description. Go check it out. And I will see you all next video, live stream, or whatever next. Peace, guys.